Navigating the technical skills of Kendo is one challenge. Understanding the emotional dynamics within your dojo is a whole different battleground. Miss the mark and you risk losing not just matches, but members. Today we're diving deep into the often overlooked yet critical element of coaching, emotional intelligence. Get this right and there's potential to unlock whole new levels of learning, performance, and retention within your club. To be honest, I really don't think we need stacks and stacks of dans to make a positive influence in the dojo. It's not really the flash drills or the number of years we've trained in a strong Kendo country. These things are great, but the real superpower we have access to as coaches relates to recognizing and managing the ways that emotions impact the people around us. This is the concept of emotional intelligence. So in this episode, I want to share a piece of research that helped me to see the potential of emotional intelligence in my coaching. And I've been looking forward to this one because it's a neat way to bring together all the stuff I've talked about previously relating to the things that are in our control as Kendo coaches, and how I've used these to increase people's sense of learning in an effort to keep them coming back for longer. So first of all, what exactly is emotional intelligence? Well, emotional intelligence is defined as the ability to accurately perceive your own and others' emotions, and to use this information to guide our thinking and action. So having this superpower depends a great deal on our self-awareness and our ability to reflect. In fact, according to Chan and Mallet, this is the first step in becoming emotionally intelligent and using this skill to develop successful outcomes in clubs and teams. So if you've already gone through the process of crystallizing your coaching philosophy and the videos on reflection and feedback, you have a massive head start here. But let's take it a step further. So in addition to recognizing this in ourselves, knowing how our students react emotionally to setbacks or successes is also a part of our remit. I'm going to cover how this plays out for us as coaches in a second, but first a quick coaching question. Do you know what your ideal emotional state is before a big event? Are you the type of person that needs to be fully energized and pumped up before stepping onto the shiajo? Or do you work on being super chill beforehand? Let me know in the comments below what emotions you prefer to feel when the pressure is on for you. The key point is that if we can perceive and understand how our emotions impact our performance, we're in a better position to leverage this and use it more effectively. So where this emotional intelligence becomes a real asset is when, as coaches, we can learn to recognize these emotions in ourselves and adjust depending on the needs of the people we're working with. And this is the real superpower. When we are highly attuned to our own or others' moods and emotions, we can start to use this to inform how to tweak training for better results. And this led to a pretty significant realization for me as a coach. With an openness to how emotions influence me and my students, I was then better able to leverage what Chan and Mallet call an emotional contagion. I think it's okay to use that word now. So according to researchers, the emotional contagion is the dynamic process that highlights how people are susceptible to catching and feeling the emotions of others. You'll no doubt be familiar with the emotional contagion idea in your own trainings when you think about how the presence of one or two key people makes a whole world of difference to the overall feel of the training, positively or negatively. I recall this was a massive factor for me when I had a couple of seniors in particular arrive. My mood and the moods of others lifted up. So using this, I tended to get these people to run the first few warm-up activities so that their influence was felt by everybody from the outset. Now, obviously, positive feelings can be hugely important to access and promote, but Chan and Mallet also talk about the role of negative emotions, and actually the way we might be able to use these for improvements in learning and performance as well. While negative emotions like sadness or anger or fear might not seem helpful in coaching environments, they actually have some pretty useful applications. Researchers talk about how these types of emotions can spark critical thinking if they're channeled effectively. For example, an emotionally intelligent coach and group can actually use these emotions to become focused and analytical. This is linked to a mindset that we've actually talked about before, the growth mindset, which is an attitude that sees challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth and innovation. So a negative emotion like the pain of failing a grading or losing an important shiai can be used to focus in on what we need to do differently or what we need to work on. Using this emotion in this way has been a game changer for me as a coach, and all it really took was taking a long-term view of things and being a bit more mindful of how I could use the mood in the room to motivate people to dig in once more. And it comes down to perceiving, managing, and using emotions to drive people forward. So to make the most of this superpower, we need to be aware of what drives our members and be aiming to serve them and their emotional needs accordingly. This sounds involved, but I've found that the best way to achieve this has been to position myself at the bottom of the dojo. Click this video to see what I mean, and I'll see you there.